from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Thursday, February the 22nd of 2024. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines tonight, police investigating alleged murders connected to escapees Ron Mitchell, Trevon Robertson, and Atiba Stanislaus, all captured in St. Vincent. Attorney Jerry Edwin makes special appeal to his escapee client, murder-accused Levon Date. In regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's energy minister urges oil-producing countries in the region to unite. And internationally, Panama Canal suffering major disruption. Coming up in sports, 4 selected for the Eastern Caribbean Volleyball Association's Beach Volleyball Tournament. We'll have all the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments. Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. The Royal Grenada Police Force has confirmed the capture of 3 men who escaped police custody at the South St. George Police Station on Sunday. They were captured in neighboring St. Vincent on Wednesday. Nisha Paul is following this story.
According to a press release from the Community Relations Department of the RGPF, the escapees Ron Mitchell, 30 years old, Trevon Robertson, 25, and Atiba Stanislaus, 23, were captured on Wednesday in collaboration with regional counterparts in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The RGPF release states that preliminary information emanating from investigators in St. Vincent suggests that the trio made their way to the neighboring island via a yacht which was docked in the St. George's area. The RGPF is currently working on leads that suggest that the 2 occupants of the yacht, who are believed to be American citizens, may have been killed in the process. Reports emerging from St. Vincent on Thursday states that police are investigating a yacht named Simplicity, which was discovered in the Wallaboo area with blood stains. The 3 men were caught during an operation by members of the Narcotics and Rapid Response Units in a house close to the beach in the northwestern village of Petit Bordel. Gunshots can be heard in a graphic video accompanying one of the reports in Vincentian media as lawmen pursued the escapees, one of whom was seen covered in blood. According to reports, the men were expected to appear in a Vincentian court earlier today. The RGPF has dispatched a team of senior investigators and a forensic specialist to St. Vincent in furtherance of this investigation, which is in its infancy stage. Meanwhile, Commissioner Don McKenzie has ordered an immediate investigation into the circumstances of the escaped prisoners. They were arrested by police last week Friday and slapped with a series of serious offenses, including robbery with violence and rape, and were being kept in the holding cell at the South St. George police station when they surprisingly escaped lawful custody. GBN will continue to monitor developments relating to this situation. For GBN News, Nisha Paul.
Meanwhile, in an unrelated report, the hunt is still on for 33-year-old Levon Date, an unemployed male of Griffith Lane, St. Andrew, who escaped police custody on Wednesday morning at the Grenville Magistrates Court. A reliable source told the newsroom that officers attached to the Eastern Division were out in droves within the last 36 hours in communities in and out of the St. Andrew area in search of Date. At the time of his escape, the accused was making another court appearance when he sought permission to use the bathroom and subsequently made his leap for freedom. Date was arrested and charged with capital murder back in April 2023 in connection with the death of Wayne Smart, a Canadian citizen who was reported missing in December 2022 while on vacation in Grenada. GBN hoped that more information surrounding the search for the escapee would have been revealed at the 3 p.m. scheduled press conference by the Royal Grenada Police Force, but this was abruptly cancelled just minutes before the hour. Calls were made to the Community Relations Department of the RGPF for an update on the search for Levon. However, this proved futile. Murder-accused Levon Date's escapee from police custody at the Grenville Magistrates Court on Wednesday has prompted his attorney, Jerry Edwin, to issue a heartfelt appeal for cooperation and compliance with the legal process. Details in this report.
Mr. Date, if you could hear me, please know that I will drop everything that I'm doing and escort you to the police station to ensure your safety.
The attorney issued the appeal to the 34-year-old in an exclusive interview with GBN News after learning of his client's escape.
An escaped inmate is actually a person that is perceived by law enforcement to be a danger, a serious danger to the public. It is therefore a public safety concern that you are not within the jurisdiction of the police.
Edwin further expressed concern for his client's safety and well-being.
Mandate of the Royal Grenada Police Force at this time is to secure Mr. Date back into custody at Richmond Hill Prison. The posture of the police is to secure the surrender, the body of this escaped person back into custody. Mr. Date is presently perceived by the Royal Grenada Police Force as someone who is threatening public safety. That Mr. Date is presently perceived by the Royal Grenada Police Force as someone who is threatening public safety. That said, you don't have to read between the lines to know how the police would treat with an issue like this.
Date was arrested and charged with capital murder in April 2023, approximately 4 months after deceased Canadian citizen Wayne Smart was reportedly missing in December 2022 while on vacation in Grenada. The murder accused reportedly led police to an area near the beach in St. Patrick where burnt human remains believed to be that of Smart was found. Attorney Edwin is seeking to assure his client that he will do whatever is necessary to ensure that the matter before the court takes its course according to law.
So I'm using this opportunity to reach out to Mr. Dates, his friend, his family, and those people who may know where he is. If you contact me, I will make myself available, and I will escort you to the station without the police accompanying me. Please, we are very concerned about you at this time.
The Royal Grenada Police Force launched an extensive manhunt on Wednesday in its quest to locate the escaped prisoner. Nisha Peters, GBN News.
The mother of 36-year-old Jude Buckmeyer, who has just been sentenced in a manslaughter case, has expressed her deepest regret to the grieving family of the victim. The case involves the October 2022 death of Darren Courtney. We get more in this report.
Despite her inability to attend her son's sentencing hearing on Wednesday to express remorse in person, Mrs. Dolores Buckmeyer has conveyed her profound apologies for the events that led to Courtney's untimely death. Attorney Jerry Edwin, who provided legal counsel for Buckmeyer, spoke to GBN News earlier today, highlighting Mrs. Buckmeyer's deep regret over the tragic incident.
It is often said by many people and repeated ad nauseum over time that the greatest ill and pain any parent feels is to bury their own child. Understanding this as a mother herself, Mrs. Buckmeyer, the mother of Jude, has asked me to express her deep regret and concern and grief, and to let Mrs. Courtney know that she is so very sorry for the wrong that her son committed.
Darren Courtney succumbed to blunt trauma injuries to his head and rib cage area at the General Hospital after being severely beaten during an incident at his home in Belmont, St. George on September 30th, 2022. The unfortunate incident stemmed from an altercation one day prior between the two men.
Mr. Buckmeyer proceeded to the home of Mr. Courtney, where he retaliated with a blunt instrument, a piece of wood, and he struck Mr. Courtney about his head. Mr. Courtney developed a hematoma, a subdural hematoma. This is a medical term for describing a swelling of the brain. Mr. Courtney died at the hospital a day later.
Buckmeyer, a resident of Belmont, has given a full apology to the court for his actions and is optimistic that the family of the deceased will accept his expression of remorse.
It is a sad moment for both families. Unfortunately, Darren Courtney will not be coming back after the 8 years. Jude Buckmeyer will be coming home. So it's in that environment and that eventuality that Mrs. Buckmeyer wishes through you on these airways to express her deep and profound remorse to Mrs. Courtney at the loss of her son. And she hopes she can find him.
Buckmeyer was initially jointly charged with the indictable offense of non-capital murder in connection with Courtney's death, along with his 23-year-old nephew, who has since been freed of the charge, which was reduced to manslaughter. Jude Buckmeyer pleaded guilty to the offense last September and was sentenced by Madam Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Wednesday.
Justice Paula Guilford at the sentenced Mr. Buckmeyer first to a term of 21 years. But because he had pled guilty, the law says Mr. Buckmeyer gets 1/3 reduction in that 21-year sentence, which brought it down to 14 years. There were 2 other reductions which Mr. Buckmeyer was entitled to under the law. And ultimately, the sentence became 12 years.
Buckmeyer has to undergo anger management and alcohol abuse treatment while incarcerated as part of the rehabilitation process. For GBN News, Nisha Paul.
This is news at 7. Coming up, the UK CDB launched US $20.7 million project to improve Grenada's southern water supply network. We'll have all the details for you. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
Are you a VIP? Have you taken the necessary steps to safeguard your child's health? Let's get it right. Get your child on their vaccination schedule. Our national protection and coverage is our national priority. Our actions will impact Grenada's health and wellness. Let's make childhood immunization and vaccination number 1. I am Senator Jonathan Lacrette, and I am a VIP champion. Let's make all our children VIPs, vaccinated, immunized, and protected.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for 2 at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Get ready to witness the ultimate showcase of talent, speed, and determination at the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the best young athletes from across the Caribbean, competing for glory like never before. With the motto, many people, one region, celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the essence of Caribbean unity through sports, igniting a flame that illuminates the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on this incredible event taking place at the Karani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday 30th March to Monday 1st April 2024. Get your tickets now at Grenadian Optical or visit gotofed.com and secure your spot to be part of this extraordinary celebration of athleticism.
The story of Grenada is the story of Co-op Bank. A story of humble beginnings, steady progress, persistence, and people. Grenadian people making things possible. This 50th year of independence is special, and we want to help you make it memorable. Bank on a bright future with Co-op Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Take advantage of 100% financing to buy land, purchase, or build your home, or make those home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, and low interest rates. Drive into 50 and beyond with 100% financing on new vehicles and get 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you. Celebrate Grenada. Make this year one to truly remember with special financing from Co-op Bank. We're the Bank of Grenada and the bank for Grenadians. Visit our website for more information and apply for financing today.
Welcome home.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Secure your financial
financial future with Ariza's limited time $50,000 loan offer and join the 50 Chairs celebration. Application is easy, approval quick, interest rates competitive, and repayment options flexible. Apply now. Visit any of our branches located at Bruce Street, St. George, Grenville, Grand Anse, and Carriacou, or call 440-1759 for more information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Grenada's water infrastructure serving the southern part of the island is earmarked for major improvement with a U.S. $20.7 million project that was officially unveiled Wednesday evening. More in this report from Rena Pierre-Thomas.
Set to kick off later this year, the South St. George Water Supply Expansion Project is funded by the Government of the United Kingdom through the United Kingdom Caribbean Infrastructure Fund. The project will be administered by the Caribbean Development Bank and implemented by the National Water and Sewage Authority. Successful implementation of the project will lead to the improved availability of safe drinking water and enhance water resource management in the southern part of the island. The project completion date is early 2026. Mrs. Teresa Thunder-Jones, CDB's Director of Projects, highlighted that in addition to improving the water supply infrastructure, the collaboration between the UK government, the Government of Grenada, and the CDB will also generate short-term job opportunities, potentially alleviating some of the economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The project will increase water production capacity, provide additional drinking water storage, and upgrade transmission capacity. And essentially that means an improved quality of life for the residents of the communities the project will benefit. At the end of the day, this is what's important. It's not so much the project itself, but who's going to benefit from the project. These infrastructural improvements, coupled with institutional training, strengthening training and public awareness activities, will facilitate better management of the water supply system, and more water will be available to all project communities being served, significantly improving the situation once completed and also into the future.
Mr. Victor Clark, resident British Commissioner to Grenada, emphasized the significance of the water supply expansion project for enhancing Grenada's water distribution network and increasing climate resilience within the water sector. He expressed pride in the UK contribution of $57.8 million EC dollars in grant funding for the project, predicting tangible benefits for the people of Grenada.
We understand how pivotal this water supply expansion project is for expanding and upgrading Grenada's water distribution network and increasing climate resilience of the water sector. And we're incredibly proud to be able to provide I think 16 million was the figure given. I think it's somewhere between 16 and 17 million. It always seems to be changing, but approximately, just under 60 million Eastern Caribbean dollars in grant funding for this particular project, because we think it will really deliver real and tangible benefits for the people of Grenada.
Grenada's Prime Minister and Minister for Infrastructure and Physical Development, Honorable Dickon Mitchell, welcomed investment in Grenada's resilience, progress and sustainability, particularly amidst climate uncertainties.
And so for the obvious reasons, having an adequate supply of water, a consistent supply of water, and a high-quality supply of water is pivotal towards meeting the needs of the citizens of the South, the residents, the visitors, and those who work in the area. So investing in this is critical in building the resilience, the progress, and the sustainability we need when it comes to our water resources. And it's important for a government and for a nation, obviously, to be able to plan, implement, and grapple with the challenges that small island developing states face pertaining to things like water scarcity, water supply, minimizing wastage of water.
The project is estimated to cost US $20.7 million. Renapet Thomas, GBN News.
With the dry season upon us and predictions for an extremely dry period, stakeholders met Thursday to discuss ways of adequately addressing the issue. More in this report.
Grenada is currently under a drought watch, and according to forecasters, if conditions do not improve, there can be serious implications for our agriculture and water supply. Forecasters are now monitoring those conditions. Earlier today, a joint press conference was hosted by stakeholders, including the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources, the National Water and Sewage Authority, NAWASA, the Meteorological Office at the Grenada Airports Authority, the Royal Grenada Police Force, and the National Disaster Management Agency to discuss the dry season, its likely implications and strategies and best practices to mitigate occurrences. Manager of Meteorology, Gerard Tamer, said Grenada can expect an above-normal dry season.
Because of the low rainfall we had over the last 9 or so months, and I may just say July we had good rainfall, and when I say good rainfall, I mean quite comfortably over the average. August, September, October, we dropped off very badly. November, we had good rainfall. January, we had good rainfall. Okay? But the effect on the drought cycle is that we are now under what we call a drought watch. It means that if there isn't an improvement in this situation, we can run into some drought conditions. Okay? And this is not only for Grenada, but many islands of the Eastern Caribbean also, who have experienced similar rainfall pattern over the last 6 or 9 months.
Tamer said the nighttime temperatures are most worrying, as records show increased warmth during those hours. Lawrence St. Louis, Senior Agricultural Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, said agriculture was dealt a serious blow as farmers suffered tremendous losses and livestock was also impacted.
As we've seen, like we referred to last year as one of the years that was extremely hot. I'm not sure. I don't think there was much disparity, as Mr. Tamer said, between how much rain fell, if it was uncommon, but it was extremely hot. And therefore, it really affected the production of agricultural produce, especially in terms of vegetables, because most of our vegetable production is rain-fed, and most of it is on the ground. You know, beds, we make beds on the ground, and therefore many of our farmers had lots of losses.
Stressing the importance of allocating proper facilities and water for animals during this period, St. Louis offered tips to help cushion the effects of the heat, recommending rainwater harvesting as an alternative.
In the production of vegetables and in tree crops and so, one of the main things that we can do is to mulch. not mulch with a plastic mulch or some other inorganic matter, but to mulch with dry grass, mulch with the the leaves that fall from the bamboo on the bamboo stool, all those little leaves. You can put a heavy mulch on top of the beds and around the base of the trees.
The National Water and Sewerage Authority has recommissioned their dry season response team as a means of strategizing for the dry season, as revealed by the company's general manager, Terrence Smith.
We're now into the dry season. One, we recommissioned our dry season response team. And we'll be meeting on a weekly basis throughout the dry season. Secondly, we are in the process of updating, revising our dry season response plan. And thirdly, NAWASA is now going to be promoting rainwater harvesting. So I heard it mentioned a few minutes ago, and that is like music to my ears.
Christelina John, GBN News.
In a significant stride towards environmental stewardship and community empowerment, the Sister Isle of Carriacou made its entrance into the Global Landscapes Forum, or the GLF network, this week through the introduction of its GLFX Carriacou chapter program. We have more in this report.
The initiative, which is the first of its kind in the Caribbean, is intended to spearhead landscape transformation and community strengthening efforts on the Sister Isle. The Global Landscapes Forum X, known for its grassroots approach and dedication to local action, provides a platform for organizations like the GLFX Carriacou chapter to connect with global partners and access resources for their initiatives. Supported by entities such as the German Federal Ministry for the Environment, Nature Conservation and Nuclear Safety, the International Climate Initiative, and the Lavazza Foundation, GLFX powers local communities to drive landscape restoration and advocate for policy change. This collaboration not only highlights the importance of local action, but also underscores the interconnectedness of landscapes and communities worldwide in the face of environmental challenges. Led by the Keepaji Development Initiative, the GLFX Carriacou chapter is set to bolster restoration projects in vital ecosystems such as mangroves and wetlands, particularly focusing on the communities of Hillsborough and Lauriston Point. The chapter aims to develop robust activities for disaster risk management while innovating in territorial and marine monitoring using drones. The launch of the GLFX Carriacou chapter couldn't come at a more critical time as the island faces a myriad of challenges, including deforestation, improper waste management, and a lack of awareness about environmental conservation and climate change. The GLFX Carriacou chapter promises a concerted effort to address these pressing issues and pave the way for a more sustainable future. Rena Pett Thomas, GBN News.
A peregrine falcon takes the spotlight in tonight's GBN I Saw.
A good eye catches all. GBN I Saw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
peregrine falcon flew into the lens of our citizen journalists at True Blue in St. George. Peregrine falcons are common in much larger countries and are found almost everywhere on Earth. However, seeing one on a small island such as Grenada is very rare. Some of these falcons migrate from South America and the Gulf Coast to Alaska. They have a top diving speed of 240 miles per hour. We thank our citizen journalists for that amazing capture. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
And still to come, a community that sees the need for public libraries. Beverly Telesford will share that story when we return.
Fully 1 week. Nah. Telling you. You them bosses back on? Hello. You see that? About 10 let them man make out of them man. Me a 38 man. But you man 92. Yeah. You need the number 1 run man. Oh man, what is that easy? No what? Nice. Yeah. You number 1. Ah yeah, me too.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number 1 rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Whether you're shopping for hardware, building materials, and appliances, Hubbard's Building Supplies at Grandans is the place to shop. With improved facilities, increased parking, wider variety of products, and a trendy and spacious layout, catering for all your shopping needs. Why wait? Visit Hubbard's Building Supplies today. Now open Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Hubbard's. Quality service, affordable prices.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anse, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
The need for public libraries remains crucial, despite technological advancements that put educational resources at one's fingertips. The St. David's Community Library continues to serve as a community hub, fostering learning, literacy, and a social connection for the residents. Beverly Telesford has the details.
In a time when technology has seemingly overpowered the traditional ways of gaining knowledge, the community of Bellevue in St. David still supports the old ways, taking up a book and reading. With many of the books in schools replaced by electronic devices, it can pose a challenge in encouraging users of the St. David's Library. GBN visited the community library on Thursday to find out just how much the library, which has been standing for over 15 years, is being used. The library is located mere meters away from the St. David's Roman Catholic School and the St. David's Catholic Secondary School. The students are often encouraged to use it. Maisha Phillip, caretaker for the library, described the use of the library over the years.
Over the years, the library has been used by both the primary and secondary school children, but we have seen a decrease of the amount of people using the library due to the technology.
We spoke to Bellevue resident Mr. Dominic Fleury on his thoughts about the importance of the library.
A library is a very important part of any community. People of all ages, children, old people, they can always go to a library to get information. Sometimes you won't get it online or things like that, you know, and it helps the development of young people. You know, young people starting going to school, they don't always have to be at school to pick up things. They can pick up most of that information from the library. You can't get away from the impact technology has made on people, but it doesn't lessen the need for a library in the community.
Another resident said the library had a part to play in his educational upbringing.
So when you go by the library, sometimes I want to find out the information, like some information in encyclopedia and some other information like in books, and study like you might puzzle about certain things in the life and thing, and you might try to figure out something, and you might need books and things to help you. Look at the books are the knowledge.
Library assistant Cindy and Francis said most of the support for the library comes from the community. Francis is encouraging other communities to embark on similar initiatives, especially since the public library on the Carenage and St. George's remains closed.
We mainly get books from people in the community, or a friend pass and they have books at home they don't want and they only donate it. And well, the last set of books we got was from Hands Across the Sea. I think other communities should have libraries, because I think library is very important. We have to get our kids reading more, not just stick on the device. Mainly that's what they're doing nowadays.
Because of the lack of maintenance, the public library was declared by the then Ministry of Education and Health to be unfit for occupancy and has since been closed since July 2011. The library is opened on Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Reporting from outside the St. David's Community Library, I am Beverly Telesford.
The newly launched Caribbean Energy Chamber aims to bolster regional energy security and cooperation.
A newly formed energy chamber has a keen interest in an engineering pilot program between Grenada and Trinidad and Tobago. The chamber's chair, Melanie Chan, officially launched the entity at Guyana's Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo 3 weeks ago. Chan said the chamber will serve as a hub for uniting all energy stakeholders in the Caribbean. As part of its initial efforts, the Caribbean Energy Chamber will focus on key areas such as energy efficiency and public awareness, along with technical capacity rollout for the pilot project.
Places more in the southern Caribbean where there's a lot of state engineers, but basic engineers, registered engineers, in the OCS and further up the island, they have a deficit. Even Barbados, actually, funny enough, is graduating about 50 engineers, but they don't have enough jobs in Barbados. So what we're trying to do is work with the CARICOM sort of engineering society, to help, move some of the engineering from some of the areas where we have, more engineers to some of the regions where we're not. So one of of the places where we identified was Grenada. Grenada, even though it doesn't have a producing, side of it, it still has a need for engineers to help it roll out its energy resilience planning.
The CEC is being established for greater global recognition of the energy crisis faced by the Caribbean and to prioritize net zero energy security for the region. The Chamber's membership will include companies and individuals from the Caribbean and around the globe.
The prospective board members that we know that we would try to get, it ranges from Barbados, Dominica, St. Lucia, Pan-Caribbean, because a couple of them are Pan-Caribbean, one Trinidadian.
The Chamber, Chan notes, will work tirelessly to drive significant contributions to national and regional development and advocate for sustainable, efficient, and accessible energy solutions to ensure an affordable net zero future for the Caribbean. The new Pan-Caribbean Chamber is a non-profit, non-partisan, and independent organization. Kristalina John, GBN News.
Stay with us. We'll have your regional and international news right after the break.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Sweet Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Guelph. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
In recognition of our nation's independence, we're celebrating the journey to 50 with an exclusive car insurance offer. If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
And good evening, sports fans. Let's start off with volleyball. 4 of Grenada's talented athletes, Thornia Mitchell, Renisha Stafford, Darren Oxford, and Isaac Nelson, left for St. Lucia on Wednesday to represent the nation in the 2024 Eastern Caribbean Volleyball Association's Senior Beach Competition. That's the ECBVA. The quartet will showcase their skills while competing against top talent from across the Eastern Caribbean region. The ECBVA Senior Beach Competition is known for bringing together the best beach volleyball players, fostering camaraderie, and providing a platform for athletes to demonstrate their skills. Their selection to represent Grenada is not only a testament to their individual talents, but also reflects the country's commitment to nurturing and promoting excellence in volleyball. Hosts St. Lucia will be defending the male and female titles this year. Cricket fever is set to hit an all-time high with only 100 days left before the historic ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024 kicks off in the West Indies and USA. The cricketing world is abuzz with excitement as anticipation builds for this unprecedented event, which is set to captivate fans across 9 host locations. To mark the momentous occasion, the International Cricket Council, the ICC, and Cricket West Indies have announced the launch of the official advertising campaign titled Out of This World. The campaign rollout promises to be as explosive as the tournament itself, with activities planned to sweep across all host cities, creating an electrifying atmosphere. One of the highlights of the campaign will be the takeover of iconic locations by larger-than-life cricket balls. Times Square in New York City, Bayside Marketplace in Miami, Florida, Grand Prairie in Texas, and all 6 Caribbean host venues will witness the spectacle, setting the stage for an unforgettable cricketing experience. Fans worldwide can look forward to a series of captivating advertisements across various media platforms, including television and digital streaming services, social media, and outdoor billboards. The campaign will feature guest appearances by cricketing superstars such as Quinton de Kock, Mark Stoinis, Kieran Pollard, and other surprises, adding star power to the already dazzling lineup. The ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024 is scheduled to take place from the 1st to the 29th of June, with the West Indies and the USA jointly hosting the tournament. Kenya's government will donate 5 million Kenyan shillings, the equivalent of 26,964 pounds, to support the family of athletics coach Gervais Hakizimana following his death in a February 11th road accident in Kenya. The 36-year-old Rwandan died alongside marathon world record holder Kenyan Kelvin Kiptum, whom he coached. The announcement from Kenyan's sports cabinet secretary Ababu Namwamba came as Hakizimana's funeral was held in Kigali on Wednesday. Namwamba said losing Hakizimana alongside Kiptum means Kenya, Rwanda, East Africa, and Africa have lost. Kiptum had set a new marathon record in Chicago last year, clocking a time of 2 hours and 35 seconds to better compatriot Eliud Kipchoge's previous mark of 26.2 miles by 34 seconds. The 24-year-old celebrated alongside Hakizimana, who had begun coaching him in 2018. Kiptum will be buried in his home village of Chipsamo in western Kenya on Friday. And that's what's been happening in the world of sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Trinidad and Tobago's Energy Minister Stuart Young has urged oil-producing countries in the region to unite to ensure the Caribbean has a voice to influence the global energy security conversation. We get more in this report.
Energy Minister Stuart Young says developing countries have been putting pressure on CARICOM oil-producing nations about global climate change and its responsibilities. Speaking on day 2 of the Guyana Energy Conference, he said this effectively hampers the region to utilize its natural resources and said he believes a united voice would change this dynamic. Despite the entire Latin America and Caribbean region contributing a small percentage to global emissions, the minister said developed countries have been taking decisions which affect small island developing states to tap into its resources.
Together, the whole of Latin America and the CARICOM region contribute less than 3% of global emissions. But once again, we're on the cusp of certain developed countries taking positions that will affect our utilization of our natural resources, as they place, for example, carbon tax on the products coming from our region.
Minister Young was critical of such wealthy and developed countries, noting that some even started back up coal plants, one of the worst emitters of greenhouse gases, during the Russia-Ukraine war.
We were recently flying to Germany, in Europe, and flying across Europe, and all of you all would fly very often into the UK or across Europe. When you look out the window, exactly how much forested area do you see? But again, they're the ones who have utilized their resources, exploited their natural resources, and are now once again putting the pressures on the new economies like Guyana, Suriname, who are still waiting FID to be able to exploit their resources, and even Trinidad and Tobago.
He said it was almost impossible at this point in time to have CARICOM countries to move to renewables.
It is going to cost $14 billion to move Caribbean CARICOM island states to renewables. Put quite simply, that is not realistic.
Mr. Young urged Guyana and Suriname to partner with TNT to ensure CARICOM oil-producing nations are a force to be reckoned with.
I am convinced that if we work together, we change the dynamic, and now it becomes a similar platform that others must come to us to negotiate for, as opposed to us thinking they are doing us a favor.
Sonolala, TTT News, Georgetown, Guyana.
Global shipping is severely disrupted by Houthi attacks on ships heading to the Suez Canal. Across the Atlantic, the other canal vital to global trade is also suffering from major disruptions as fewer ships are now getting through. The situation is expected to increase the cost of shipping goods around the world, as we hear in this report.
Is this the world's most expensive traffic jam? Ships lined up for days outside the Panama Canal last August. Roughly $270 billion worth of cargo flows through here each year. But this vital link between two oceans is running out of water, which is a huge problem for shipping companies and could spell trouble for global trade. The number of vessels that can pass through here each day has been slashed from 36 to 24. Jose Cervantes from shipping company Agunza told me this shortcut between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans is the natural route, warning if it's blocked, alternatives are needed, meaning more time and extra costs. Unlike the Suez Canal, the Panama Canal works by lifting boats up through a set of locks into an artificial lake 85 feet above sea level. But it means the canal here is reliant on rainwater, which is in short supply.
2023 has been the second driest year in the history of the Panama Canal.
Ilia Espina de Marotta, the canal's chief sustainability officer, says the drought, made worse by the El Nino weather phenomenon, is expected to last until May.
The big problem we're having is lack of rain. In the rainy season, which goes from May until December, we're supposed to get tons of rain and fill the lakes. This year, there was very little rain. We had El Nino year, and now that we're in summer, the lake started the summer with very low level. So we had to cut down on number of ships being able to transit the canal to maintain the lake level through the summer.
On Gatun Lake, the freshwater reservoir that feeds the locks, the canal's hydrologist Nelson Guerra showed us firsthand the scale of the problem.
Level is, as you see in the rule, is 81.20 feet. The level should be 5 feet more than now.
To conserve water, fewer boats are allowed to pass through the Panama Canal each day. This is one of the lucky ones. But a changing climate is putting billions of dollars of trade at risk and raises difficult questions about the future of this engineering marvel. The canal Panama Authority is trying to reuse as much water as possible. It's considering building more reservoirs to store water and is even exploring cloud seeding to make it rain more.
We believe it's climate change. If you look at the world 2023, the Amazon River, very low. Mississippi River had to stop transits, very low level. So it's not only Panama, it's the world that has seen a lot of different climate situations this 2023.
While other routes suffer disruption from politics and piracy, the problems at the Panama Canal are a reminder that climate change may yet be the biggest crisis for global trade. Michelle Fleury, BBC News, Panama Canal.
A ruling from the Alabama Supreme Court that frozen embryos are considered children and that a person could be held liable for accidentally destroying them has opened up a new front in the U.S. battle over reproductive medicine. The southern U.S. state's largest hospital has paused its in vitro fertilization IVF services in the wake of the decision over fears it could expose the facility to criminal prosecution.
Last week's decision by the Alabama Supreme Court that embryos frozen in a test tube should have the legal rights of children has caused anger, confusion, and the full ramifications of the decision are still being worked out. But already the largest hospital in Alabama, the University of Alabama Hospital in Birmingham, has announced that it is pausing IVF treatment whilst it works out the full extent of this ruling. The hospital said in a statement that there was concern on the part of both patients and doctors that this could lead to prosecutions or to individuals being sued for damages. Now, the Alabama Supreme Court's decision, in effect, opens a new front in the war in this country over reproductive rights. Abortion rights campaigners saw this coming. They predicted that this would be the new battleground after, in 2022, the United States Supreme Court overturned the landmark ruling Roe versus Wade, which afforded everybody, woman in this country, the right to an abortion. So now there have been calls for pro-life campaigners in some other conservative states to push for similar protections to those that have been introduced into Alabama in the last few days.
And that's what's been happening around our world today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Police investigating alleged murderers connected to escapees Ron Mitchell, Trevon Robertson, and Atiba Stanislaus, all captured in St. Vincent. Attorney Jerry Edwin makes a special appeal to his escapee client, murder-accused Levon Date. In regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's energy minister urges oil-producing countries in the region to unite. And internationally, the Panama Canal suffering major disruption. In sports, 4 selected for the Eastern Caribbean Volleyball Association's beach volleyball. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow night.